very soon.
Right now, they already have started a match. I got excited talking about it, but they have just started to move, so it is okay. So it seems like we're gonna be covering VVV because we covered last time we covered VAL as a blow match. So VVV is going for a few of the buildings, but VAL seems to have been taking control of Solar Power Station right now, and they are fighting fiercely for a lot of the match, for a lot of the buildings. Seems like they are going to be using the same strategy as they were using before, the strategy that they are ignoring the four buildings, the four external buildings. So we are going to be seeing a lot of fierce fights thanks to that.
Yeah, as we mentioned in the past, this is a very important building because it reduces the time you need to take control of the building. So whoever holds solar power has the advantage of needing less time to take control of the other buildings, right? So we've seen VAL doing that in the past, and seems that they're doing it again.
Most of the top alliances tend to fight for solar with everything that they have, especially because holding solar at the 45-minute marks makes extremely hard for any alliance to stop them from full control. Full control's head start is one of the biggest game changers, especially in a match that can be as close as this one. And it is going to be a very fierce fight in here as well. For those that are watching, because before this question comes through, I'm already going to say, the reason that they are not focusing or even touching any of the teams for the processing plants is that they want to focus all the resources that they have in the four most important buildings. These buildings, if they are fighting for them, the easiest thing that you can do is just try to contest them with either hyper fast sped up solos from some of the top players, or one single rally if necessary to just reset them and leave them alone. Because what they don't want is to overextend themselves and waste valuable resources in things that are going to be needed later on. So it is a way for the alliance to give control of where they are doing and put their strongest players that can go hold and have stats to be able to fight in the ways that are fine. Looks like we have a Goku Ultra Instinct picture here from Sir Arthur. Good choice, Sir Arthur.
So yeah, as Les is mentioning, this is a game where every single movement will be very important. So for sure, they going for the solar power station at this moment is quite important. It will help them on the control of the future buildings as well. So apparently, let's see how.
And if you check also the number of people involved, you can see the solar is the one that have most people defending out of the three buildings so far.
Exactly. They are trying to 5 seconds. Let's see if VAL is gonna be able to.
Yep,
keep that building.
They got full control. Let's see right now if they are gonna be bouncing off the double rallies or not. Colonel is, however, holding treatment center 1.
Center 1,
and
yes.
Colonel was a big roadblock for VAL before. Let's see if they are going to be able to bounce Colonel this round through, as they had struggled to do that in the last match.
Let's see what's happening on the top over there.
Yes, it seems like Buzz Lightyear flipped up and away, flipped the building.
Yeah.
Yep. Before they could get full control. So right now, the only building that was able to give full control was Solar, and VAL is holding Solar with Tooth and Nail. We have 1 minute though until Colonel gets full control. Artberg, however, started a rally with Colonel within enough time to make sure that if they walk, they actually reset the building. So we will see if they are going to be able to flip the building here or not. Going back up there to Buzz Lightyear, we have Sir Arthur starting a rally against Buzz Lightyear. So depending on how this goes, we might see this being flipped or not. If it is not flipped, it is going to go for a full control. Buzz Lightyear start to walk now.
Let's see how it's going to
reinforce. But I do think that the first rally that is going to be hitting is going to be Artberg, with Giorgio following right through.
Hello, Queen of War. How are you doing?
Seems like a lot of people are congratulating you in YouTube. So hello, Abdal. Hello, Mark.
Hello, Abdal. How are you doing?
All right, seems like Kono got the full control, but and the rallies bounce from Artberg. Georgia is going in right now. They bounced as well. And it seems like the points from full control put VVV slightly ahead on the mark. Let's go back now and see Sir Arthur Rally. If Sir Arthur Rally is going to be enough to bounce them from Treatment Center 2. And it looks like they bounced Georgia with the second rally.
Oh, wow, nice one. Nice one, nice one.
Sadly, it was not done on time, so VVV was able to get full control, but Georgia was able to set them with a few rally of solos after that to be able to kick them off.
What is your state, Queen? Yeah, for those who doesn't know, VVV has two of the strongest on the top 5 solo power. Both Colonel Qatar, that we saw, he was in one of the buildings earlier, and Chuck, they are the second and the third strongest in solo power in the ranks. So it's for sure, Queen is difficult to go against them.
And it seems like VAL also bounces Sir Arthur. So now we are
Arthur
seeing,
as well. Yeah.
Now we are seeing Sir Arthur being rallied by Nightmare and Tokugawa being rallied by Chuck. So we are seeing a double rally with Sir Arthur, but we haven't seen, and we have seen Kono also start a rally against Georgia. Kono is most likely is going to be starting a rally and beating Georgia out of the building here. That being said, VAL may have a Ghost Rally ready, but we'll check. They do have a few solos coming in. 5 seconds. Let's see if they get a full control as well to get some points. And they just did, and they recovered the difference in points from full control. The reason that this is important and not a lot of people do know is that you get points for full control every single time, not only the first time that you do control a building. And this means that the fact that they took and held Solar Power Station was what gave them the opportunity to recover the points that they have from the beginning here from Treatment Center 1. Now let's go for Sir Arthur here a little bit, because it seems like Buzz Lightyear was going to bounce Sir Arthur at the moment.
Let's see how it's going to be. Let's go.
And it seems like Buzz Lightyear bounced Sir Arthur. And like we're gonna see now how VAL is gonna reply to that.
Yep. Let's see how it's gonna be. We see that VAL has an advantage at the moment, but they're playing quite well. Let's see how it's gonna be, if they're gonna be able to get it back from that. And it seems that they are keeping the control of the solar power still, so that's a good thing for them, I would say. Which if they manage to bounce the bus from there, it's going to be quicker for them to get the control from another building as well.
100%. Hello, it seems like they are doing a few rallies for Georgia here right now. Let's see if Georgia is going to be holding here. In 3 minutes, center opens, and when center opens, the dynamics of things are going to be swapping a little bit. So I want to see how both teams are going to have prepared themselves for when the free extra buildings show up. It seems like so far VAL is having the upper hand. This looks like a completely different match than the match that we had previously.
Yeah, it does. But again, guys, remember that when they manage to, after they have control, if they manage to flip the buildings, part of the water that you're holding in that building will spill in the water puddles. So that can also be something that changes the results quite quickly, because the alliance that loses the building also lose a little bit of the water that was there, and we have the water puddles that are unpredictable, so they have to be quite fast to get it. So so far it's not a huge difference between both teams, so anything can happen.
100%. The thing is, pacing is important, especially for morale. VAL is dictating the pacing right now, but we will see how many rallies there is in each side. That's going to make a big part in terms of how things will go through when the free extra buildings show up. And it seems like Tegaleo was able to bounce VAL out of Treatment Center 1 with some of the water puddles already showing up. And this is important timing due to the fact that in roughly 2 minutes, center is going to be open.
Center's
right
going to
now.
open. Exactly. Let's see how the both alliances going to deal with the center and how things are going to be. But it seems so far that VAL is managing to keep the buildings that they have control at the moment, which put them slightly in advantage. But let's see how it's going to be. Hello, Edson de Oliveira, tudo bem? Hey, hello, Green Roxy. I just saw you, Branding, Fernando.
I think the most important thing regarding VAL at the moment is the fact that they're dictating the pace and the rhythm of things are being played. It's not about the score itself, but it seems like VVV at the moment is playing in their back foot. And VAL just got a full control again, which puts them slightly ahead again in terms of points. And it is important that those full controls are points that cannot be taken back from water puddles. The only points that are taken back from water puddles are for the time that they held the building, not necessarily for every single full control that they do have.
Yeah, the full control stays, but the water that the building is holding is what they can take from the water puddles. And as you said, as you mentioned, VAL is doing a great job. They're very well organized. We've seen them in the past. And how organized they are. So far, their strategy is.
And Arberg just flipped less than 1 minute from opening center, putting Giorgio in, which means that most likely Arberg is going to relocate and speed into the center. This was a beautiful speed from Giorgio, which is going to allow Arberg to be free to go to the center and going to be ready. Arberg already relocated with H, so they are going super hard in the center. VAL is going super aggressive in this match. This made sure that they lost to Chuck Norris, their solar power station, and look at that huge screen.
They just lost solar power,
which is going to make center more contested. This is going to be something that's going to be a little bit problematic. That being said, they're still going to be the first ones in the center.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing?
So Tomidis,
that was a good move.
Yes, Tomidis also sped in with a few other people and hit very closely with Tegaleo. And it seems like a few players are speeding in from VVV, and VVV is going all in with the center. This was a really good response from VVV to take both solar and center at the moment, putting pressure of them here as well with treatment 1. They got another full control, which are going to give them a few more points. But it seems like that Chuck Norris is going to be holding full control of solar power station, giving them a good advantage in holding the center later on.
Central as well. Exactly. As we were mentioning, the timing was quite good. As we mentioned before, for those who doesn't know, when you hold control of the solar power station, it reduces the time that you need to conquer the other buildings, right, in 50%. That means that it's going to be, once they have control of the solar power station, all the other buildings after is going to be quicker. And those points are quite important. As we were mentioning and Les mentioned before, those points cannot be, the points for control, they are not taken from you. So it's a very, very important.
And the thing that is most interesting...
It was a few seconds delayed. It didn't prevent VAL from getting the points for getting full control of the central, because they had 15% less time to get the control of that building because they were holding solar, and that was very, very well planned, I would say.
And it happened again with Treatment Center 1 from Colonel. Colonel took the building back a few seconds after that. So this, what you're seeing right now in terms of pressure, is the reason why solar is one of the most important buildings. In my opinion, in terms of strategy, solar is the most important building in the game at the moment, which is why we saw 11 people fighting from each side, fighting for solar in the beginning of the match. The water tanks will open now in 30 seconds. So in 30 seconds, we will see how because here's the thing, up to this point, a lot of the match relays heavily into the players that are the rally leads. The joiners have to execute, they have to have spatial awareness, they have to be allocated to their teams and do their jobs properly. But the thing that, so this is where we're gonna see how not only the rally leads, but their joiners are gonna have some impact. A Nightmare was able to get full control of the center. And
yeah, and they flipped they managed to flip the solar power just a few seconds ago as well. So as we could see, the difference between the water gathering per minute for each alliance for a few minutes, VVV was gathering 0, while VAL was way ahead. Now it changed a little bit the game, and let's see if they're gonna be able to keep the control, or if VAL is gonna counterattack the solar.
Right now we are looking at the water tanks. It seems like VVV have a bigger advantage in water tanks, but VAL is starting to put some pressure in that. But this is turning around some of the score in favor of VVV, because VVV is holding close to double the amount of water tanks, double the amount of water points that VAL is getting. That being said, it seems like VAL is going to snatch a few more points of full control of Georgia here. Let's see if that's going to be buildings later on. So this is going to be an interesting show of force, that the VAL is able to keep very close to half of the water tanks, as they have 5 and now 4, but they're flipping between 5 and 7 on each side. So if less players are able to give this much pressure to VVV.